Alright, this is finally the last of the camp stove, the backpack stove trials. This one's going to be the Tuna-Can stove that we made a couple years ago, and I've tried it out just seeing how it works, but this is it. This is just cardboard wrapped around a coil, and it's soaked with melted wax and hardened. We're gonna see how this works. It's a little windy out, and it's very cold. It's below 20 degrees right now, dropping into the single digits tonight, so it's dropping really fast. So we're gonna see the same test. We're gonna try to boil a half a cup of water here. The first trick is gonna get this thing getting started, so we'll do that, and then we'll get the cup of water over it and see how long it takes to bring that to a boil. It's just a general arbitrary test that I use to see how well these stoves work, and we're going to deal with all the nuances of the stoves. You know, how hard it is to light, how well it stays lit, and how fast it boils water. So here we go. Okay, I'm also fighting the wind, but I did put a little match in here to see if that starts it a little better. We're going to see if that makes any difference. Just let that get started. I think the hardest thing about this one is getting the candle started in warm, not so windy conditions. No big deal. I'm kind of struggling here to get it started. It's just starting, but the wind is wanting to blow it out. Once it gets going, we'll see how. I've actually never tested this in windy conditions. There we go. Even when I did it with regular conditions, it took a while to get started. That wind is not letting up. All right, we're gonna let that get started, and then we'll do the test in a second to see how well that goes. Okay. All right, we're almost we're almost at a full burn here. Got a little leaf going on there. So I have it's been a year, guys, since I've done any of these tests. Got my stainless steel cup, and we're gonna just put some water in it. Water's not hot. In fact, I filled it out of the faucet cold, and it's been sitting out here for about 15 minutes, so my nose is going to run into the coffee, or into the water, not coffee. Alright, so about half a cup. I don't know if you can see that. Just make sure this doesn't tip over. But it's half a cup. See that? And we're going to sit it right on top of the stove. Okay, I'm going to need a tripod more than caught some leaves there, get those out of there. All right, and the time is 18:35, so we'll see how long it takes. I might have to change how I'm holding this together a little, but I think we're okay for now. My tripod kind of stinks.
It's only a bipod.
I know. One of the cool things about this stove, it actually throws off enough heat to warm your hands a little bit. So in this kind of weather, it's actually, I can get a little bit of warmth from it too. Some of the other stoves, like the heat ultralight stove, where you're using methanol, doesn't throw a lot of heat. It does heat the liquid a little bit. The wood fire one would definitely throw heat to keep yourself warm as well. This one's pretty good. It's got a good flame on it. You can see how it's going too, and it's heating up. I'm not sure when we're going to get to a boil, but it's definitely heating up pretty good. So we're on our way. We'll just see what the actual elapsed time is for a boil. I kind of added this third brick so I could sit the pot more centered over the stove. So it's kind of like resting on 3 small points. Hopefully it doesn't tip over. But it wasn't quite centered on the stove, so I wanted to get the center of the heat. So you can see I just add a little tripod. That would be, I actually just had an idea while I was doing this to make this easier to use, and that is to make your own tripod. Carry like 3 nails, and when you're ready to use the stove, because you got the corrugated cardboard, you could just stick 3 nails in 3 parts of the edge of the can, and then that would hold it. You'd have something to hold up your pot or whatever else. This works too, but it's a little precarious. So anyway, still waiting for a boil, but we're getting there. All right, at what time do we have? Hold on, let me, my watch. 18:52, we have just the start of a rolling boil. So what is that? Do the math for me.
Well,
It's 17 minutes?
17, 18 minutes, yeah.
Yeah, 17 minutes. Now, as I recall, the test when I did this stove, when I first made the stove and tested it out, it took about 12 minutes to do a, excuse me, my flashlight won't turn off. It took about 12 minutes to get to a boil in normal, like the average temperature is 70 degrees or so. So about 17 minutes here to do a boil, so it does boil. And my flashlight doesn't work anymore. That's great, but it is boiling. Here, we'll shed some of that light on this so we can see. There we go. It is boiling. So, just keep the light on me. Oh, we got steam. We got steam. It is boiling. One more time. It is boiling. Okay. So, I would say on this stove, it works pretty good in the cold. It's not as light as some of the other stoves, but it's lighter than carrying the wood stove. Works better than the methanol stove. I think this stove is pretty much good for one go around though. That's one of the disadvantages, and once you've used it, you're done. You have to be a little careful lighting it, especially in windy conditions, but once it started, the wind didn't seem to bother it too much. It kept right on going with the wind blowing on it. I did have a little windbreak around there, but for the most part, it was pretty good. So I would give it this probably an average rating, 2 or 3 stars, maybe 3 stars. The real big disadvantage is that you can only use it once, maybe twice, and in cold weather, it's probably gonna be once. So, anyways, that wraps up all the stove trials for the cold weather backpack stoves. Stay tuned, we'll try to get some more videos out there in the future. Right now I'm going to douse this and go back inside and warm my frigid fingers. So thanks to all of you who've been subscribing. We're up over 600, appreciate that, and I'm looking forward to do some more videos this year. And until the next video, Agent 1611 over and out.